Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all about my hair care routine. So let's just give you a bit of background info as to why I'm making this video. I used to lighten my hair with a product called Sun-In. It's basically a heat activated spray. It is peroxide, but like a watered down version. So you sort of like spray it all over your roots or wherever you want to lighten your hair, and either go and sit in the sunlight because it's light and heat activated, or put the blow dryer over it. And gradually over time of doing that a few times, it would make your hair lovely and light. So my hair is naturally blonde anyway, but it's a darker blonde, and I wanted to make it this sort of colour, which it would naturally go to in the sunlight anyway, but I live in Wales and it rains a lot, so we don't get a lot of sunlight to make my hair lighter. So I did that, and gradually over time I could feel my hair going a bit funny. I would say it felt thicker, coarser, and it just didn't fall the same way that I wanted to. So every now and then I would go to bed with my hair wet if I'd like had a shower in the evening once I put my daughter to bed, and I was finding that I was waking up with like massive like kinks in my hair, like really noticeable. And then over time my hair gradually started snapping off on those kinks. So where it was kinks, all the hair below that would just sort of snap off and then fall away, and it left me with quite short pieces of hair here. So this is obviously where I over processed my hair. It's chemically damaged my hair, heat damage also, and then my hair's just sort of had enough and it's decided to snap off. These were a lot shorter. I would say that they were maybe to here, so they've probably grown like an inch, good 2 inches maybe, since I've started this whole new hair care routine. The same happened here with my fringe. All the ends were completely frazzled. If you feel these ends, they still are a little bit frazzled, but I did end up having them trimmed just to sort of put them in better condition. So I've completely stopped using the Sun-In spray, which is why I've got horrible roots at the moment, but I feel having healthier hair that's not the colour that I like it is a better option than having the nice colour hair but like it all falling off my head. So I really wanted to revamp all my hair care, everything about the whole process, the shampoos, the conditioners, the way I brushed it and everything. So step 1, I stopped using the Sun-In spray. Step 2, I got rid of or used up all of the current shampoos and conditioners that I was using, things like John Frieda, Herbal Essences, Aldi's own shampoos and conditioners and anything like that, because I've heard that they all contain silicones, and silicones basically just coat your hair in a plastic. You're not actually treating your hair, you're not washing your hair, you just end up washing the plastic coating that's on your hair, and the conditioner just sort of sits on top of that plastic coating. So I ditched all of those and I went to Lush because I've heard that their hair care products are really good, and they're cruelty free for a start, and they don't contain any nasties and any horrible chemicals that are going to damage your hair. So I went into Lush and asked them for like their most intensive shampoo. So they recommended to me the Argan of Oil, or an argan oil type of solid shampoo bar. This is all I have left to show you of the solid shampoo bar. They are like circular solid shampoo bars that look like this. This is a different one that I've just repurchased. It's a different flavour to the one I'm using. So I've been using this to wash my hair. I love the way that it works. It really does lather up and everything. I didn't expect it to have much lather to it. It really does sort of clean your hair and make it feel lovely. So I suppose all the argan oils from that has been helping to condition my hair as well. And then I asked them to recommend me their most intensive conditioner. So they recommended the American Cream to me. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got lanolin in it, and it also smells like milkshake. It's absolutely stunning. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the standout product that has absolutely saved my hair. After using this for maybe about 4 weeks, I really started to think, hey, my hair is definitely on the mend. So with using the new shampoo and the new conditioner, when I'm washing my hair, it feels so different to touch than when I've been washing it with my old shampoos, like the John Frieda and the Herbal Essences and things like that. It feels like when I've put the conditioner on and when I've washed it back off again, that my hair still feels rough and it doesn't feel like squeaky clean or anything like that. Once you get past that feeling, and once your hair has naturally dried, I never use a hairdryer anymore. Once your hair's naturally dried, you're left with really soft hair, really clean looking hair. It just looks really healthy, and it doesn't feel rough to the touch at all. So after using all of the American Cream up, I found like my hair was back to more of its normal healthy condition. Because it's such an intensive conditioner, I found that it was starting to make my hair slightly more greasy, because I've always, not always, but instead of putting conditioner just on like the bottom half of my hair, I tend to put some in the top so it does catch the ends of like my fringe, and so it can get hold of the shorter parts of my hair that have broken off also. So I found with that it was making my hair slightly greasy, so I have stopped putting as much on the top half of my head. And then I went into Lush and asked them to recommend me a conditioner that was as good but like a less intensive. So they recommended to me this one called Retread. Now this comes in a pot. I'm not sure how I feel about dipping my hands in and then putting conditioner on. I'm not sure if I'm using more or less product, I don't know. But this, to begin with, I felt like it wasn't conditioning my hair at all, because obviously this was doing such an intensive job. This is actually really good. It doesn't make your hair feel heavy. It's quite a lightweight one, and when you put it on your hair it feels like it goes into nothing. But again, once your hair is dry, you can feel the condition in it and you can feel that it's smooth, it's not dry. So whatever is in this is definitely working. And this has also got a lanolin base in it. So that's the new shampoo and the new conditioner routine sorted. So I think, yes, that's great. So I only like to try and wash my hair twice a week at the absolute maximum if I can help it. So maybe the day before I'm due to wash my hair, I feel like I could do with a little bit of like a spruce up. So I'm using a dry shampoo just to get me through that extra day, so I can reduce the amount of days that I'm washing my hair, because I feel like if you leave your hair alone for as much as possible and wash it the least amount of times, it's going to help with its condition. So the dry shampoo products that I use to get me through that extra day are the Lush No Drought dry shampoo. So this smells really fresh and citrusy. It's quite hard to use if you are used to using your traditional dry shampoo spray. So it sort of comes in a bottle like that, and I tend to just sort of hold it sort of upside down on my hair and then squeeze the bottle so it puffs out in my hand as so, or I squeeze it and puff it out so it directly goes onto the parts of the hair that I want the dry shampoo to work on. So this is fairly hard to use, I would say. It's sort of like splats everywhere, goes down my bra, goes on the carpet, but I think I'll get the knack of it. And I've been using this for a good 2 to 3 weeks, and I feel like I haven't used hardly anything of it. So that's fantastic. And then for my lazy days where I can't be bothered with using that and I want a quick fix, I will use a spray dry shampoo. So at the moment I like Batiste. Batiste are like my #1 dry shampoo brand. It's just I find it quite expensive, so I only tend to buy it when it's on offer. So I'll spray this all over the root area where I feel like my hair is going slightly greasy. So then once you've got your washing routine under control, you're not washing your hair on a daily basis, and you've reduced the amount of times that you do want to wash it, then I wanted to start focusing on how I was brushing my hair and what products I was using to comb it through when it was wet and when it was dry. So when my hair is wet, after I've towel dried it and let it dry for a little bit, I go through with a comb. This is the only comb that I've got at the moment, and it is over 20 years old. It was my mum's, and I really need to improve my combing technique when my hair is wet. So I wouldn't recommend anything like this. I think your comb needs to be more wide toothed than this one, but this is what I use to comb my hair, and it seems to be doing an okay job at the moment. So if you could recommend a comb for me by a particular brand or whatever that I could start using when my hair is wet, that would be great. So please leave the comments in the comment box down below. And then to brush my hair, I'm using Birchbox's answer to a Tangle Teaser. So I have tried to ditch my traditional hairbrush with a handle, and I've been going to one of these instead because I find that it's not pulling and tugging and snagging on my hair as much as a traditional brush. So I've learned a few techniques on how to brush my hair as well by watching hair care videos. I've been starting at the bottom and brushing out all the tangles, and then gradually moving up my hair like that. So I'm not going from the top and pulling it down and then ending up with one big sort of like clump or knot, I suppose, at the bottom. This way I find that I'm pulling less hair out of my head. I also only tend to brush my hair a maximum of twice a day if I can help it. I'll brush it in the morning, and then if it gets messy throughout the day, dependent on what I'm doing, I'll brush it again, but if not, I'll just try and leave it, because I feel like the more you play with your hair, the more it's pulling and weakening the actual hair. So then when I come to tying my hair up, I've always been quite good at using hair bobbles that don't snag your hair anyway. So I really like this sort of product. I've got these in brown and clear also. So these just wrap around and they don't really leave a kink in your hair as much as a traditional hair bubble would. So they're really good, and I find that they really do keep your hair into place. Then if I wasn't to use one of those, I would use a hair bubble without the metal part. If you don't want to snag your hair and sort of like cut through it with the metal piece, then you need to get hold of some bubbles without the metal part here that adjoins it. This is sort of like just glued together, I suppose. You can pick up packs of these for £1 from Primark. They're fantastic. And they also have the thinner ones. So if I was to wash my hair later in the evening and it wasn't dry before I went to bed, because I now make a habit of never going to bed with my hair wet, because that is just so detrimental to my hair. It needs to be perfectly dry before I sleep on it. If it is slightly damp or still wet and I need to go to bed, I will put my hair into pigtail plaits and then fasten them with the thinner 2 bobbles without the metal piece. I've also done some more research to say that when you do tie your hair up, try and tie it up in a different place every time. So if you're putting your hair in like a ponytail one day, then maybe put it in a bobble another day. So you're tying up different parts of your hair. So then maybe put the bobble lower down, do a lower ponytail the next day, and then maybe put it in a plait, so then the bobble is here the next day. So you're not always continuously putting a hair bobble in the same place, and apparently that is supposed to be better for your hair. So I'm absolutely loving my new hair care routine. I feel like my hair has grown a lot in the past 2 months or so since I've been doing my new hair care routine. It certainly looks a lot more healthy. It's not frizz bomb all the time at all. It doesn't get greasy like it used to. It's just really, I would say, low maintenance. I don't have to do anything extra than what I was already doing. All I've had to do is just change the products that I am using. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, then please leave some comments down below and subscribe to my channel. If there's anything that you feel that I haven't covered, then please ask me a question in the comment box down below and I will try and get that answered for you. And if there's any other products that you feel that you could recommend me, I'm always looking for good ways to look after my lovely blonde locks. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.